They smiled at dinner, raised crystal glasses, and celebrated the fortune they thought they'd stolen forever. They forgot one thing. I was the only one holding the final paper that could destroy everything they built. My name is Elena Brooks and I'm 27 years old. The night I found out my parents had secretly sold my inheritance, the air in their dining room smelled like roasted garlic and expensive wine, thick enough to make me sick. They sat across from me, laughing like they hadn't just erased my future with signatures I'd never seen. My father always wore pride like a crown, polished and sharp, while my mother hid cruelty behind soft words and fake concern. "We made the best decision for this family," she said, folding her napkin like that settled it. Family. That word had always meant control. My grandmother had left me 12 acres of protected coastal land, along with the house built by my great-grandfather's hands. She believed in me. She said I'd protect it. But grief barely had time to settle before my parents moved fast. They forged urgency, pushed paperwork through shady contacts, and sold the estate to developers planning luxury resorts. I wasn't told. Not once. I found out through a congratulatory letter accidentally. I wanted to scream, but something colder settled in. They thought they'd won because they had money, lawyers, and lies. What they didn't know was Grandma trusted me more than them. Months before she died, she sat beside me on her porch, wind brushing silver through her hair, and handed me a sealed envelope. "Only if they betray you," she whispered. I kept it hidden untouched, hoping I'd never need it. But standing in that dining room, watching my parents toast to betrayal, I finally opened it. Inside was the real deed transfer. A legal amendment, notarized and ironclad, created after she caught them pressuring her during her final weeks. Their sale was worthless without my signature as sole trustee. They hadn't sold my inheritance. They'd sold land they no longer owned. I said nothing then. I let them celebrate. Days later, they hosted a massive investor event at the property, boasting beside banners and champagne towers. Politicians, buyers, reporters. Everyone came. My mother wore white like victory. Then I walked onto that stage. "Before construction begins," I said, my voice cutting through the crowd, "there's something you should see." My father's smile cracked. I held up the final paper. Silence. Pure silence. Their lawyer grabbed it first, reading fast, then slower, his face draining. "This sale is invalid," he said. "Miss Brooks is sole legal owner." Gasps hit like thunder. Investors panicked. Cameras flashed. My mother actually reached for me, hissing, "Don't do this." I looked her dead in the eye. "You already did." Contracts collapsed that morning. Fraud investigations opened by night. My parents lost millions, their reputation, and eventually each other. I kept the land. Every inch. I restored the old house instead of destroying it. And when I sit on Grandma's porch now, listening to waves break against the shore, I smile knowing the last thing they expected was the truth she placed in my hands. They sold my inheritance behind my back. But I had the last paper. And that paper took everything back.